Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the trunk, brochure buzzwords get run off the road, and what we're left with is raw, hands-on car truth, straight from the tarmac. If you're new here, buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and get ready because this isn't your usual polished press kit parroting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about compact crossovers in 2026, the all-new Kia Seltos. Exterior. Let's talk about presence, and not the overhyped urban SUV boldness manufacturers love to toss around. The 2026 Seltos has legitimately evolved. Up front, the changes are aggressive without being obnoxious. Kia's updated signature tiger nose grille now looks more refined, more mature, stretching wider and blending seamlessly into the full-width LED daytime running light bar that slices right across the front fascia. It gives the Seltos a broader stance, and at night, it looks downright futuristic. The redesigned LED headlamps are sharper, more angular, with split cluster detailing that feels lifted straight from something twice its price. Below, the bumper design varies depending on trim, but whether you're in the Bass LX or top spec X-Line Nightfall Edition, you get a sense of cohesion and purpose. No fake vents here, no excessive plastic clutter, just well-placed lines and a confident, modern look. Moving along the side, proportions remain familiar because Kia knows they've hit the sweet spot in dimensions. It's still compact enough to slip through city traffic, but it wears its ground clearance and tall greenhouse proudly. The cladding around the wheel arches is better integrated now, less bulky, and the available 18-inch alloys on upper trims fill the arches just right. There's a new floating roof design that gets emphasized by a thicker D-pillar trim, especially if you opt for the two-tone paint scheme. Side character lines are subtle, but they play with light while adding depth without trying too hard. And the flush-mounted door handles on certain trims, a sleek touch that adds to the upscale feel. Roof rails come standard on most trims now, a functional and good-looking, while the door profiles remain clean, minimal, and tight. Swinging around to the rear, Kia didn't just tweak things, they overhauled the vibe. The tailgate is cleaner and more vertical, which helps with cargo loading and rear visibility. But the real visual punch comes from the new LED taillight bar that spans the entire width. It echoes the front DRLs and gives the Seltos a futuristic rear signature. You also get redesigned taillight clusters that now mimic the front lighting's angular pattern. The rear bumper is simplified, with black contrast elements on the lower fascia and dual exhaust cutouts on sportier trims, although, yes, only one of them is real. But overall, it's one of the more cohesive compact SUV rears out there, and doesn't fall into the trap of looking like every other crossover clone. Interior. Pop the doors open and you step into a cabin that punches well above its class. First thing that hits you, screens. Two of them. The Seltos now features a massive curved panoramic display housing both the digital gauge cluster and the 10.25-inch infotainment screen. And it's not just slapped on, it's integrated in a way that feels organic and driver-focused. The graphics are crisp, fluid, and finally on par with what you'd expect in 2026. Kia's infotainment system has matured, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard across the board, plus auto updates and improved voice recognition. And yes, there are still physical buttons for climate and media. Thank you, Kia. Materials feel noticeably upscale. Soft touch dash elements, real stitching, and improved textures on door panels and the center console make the Seltos feel like it belongs in a higher segment. Even the ambient lighting, customizable in upper trims, adds a touch of personality without going full disco. The seats, supportive, with improved bolstering and cushioning for long hauls. You get available leatherette upholstery, heated and ventilated front seats, and even a power driver's seat with memory in the top trims. Rear seat space is still excellent for the Class A, with plenty of legroom, a near-flat floor, and reclining seat backs, which is rare at this price point. USB-C ports, air vents, and a fold-down armrest with cup holders seal the deal. As for cargo, The 2026 Seltos doesn't just hold its own net leads. The rear hatch opens to a wide, square cargo area that offers up to 26.6 cubic feet behind the second row and over 62 when you fold the seats flat. The load floor is adjustable to giving you a bit more flexibility for taller items or hidden storage. Grocery runs, weekend gear, even a foldable e-bike. How the Seltos will swallow it all. Performance. Now let's hit the real test. How it drives. Powertrain options have been refined, not replaced. The base engine remains at 2.0 liters naturally aspirated inline-4 pushing 147 horsepower and 132 pounds-feet of torque, paired to an IVTA Kia's version of a CVT. It's smooth, efficient, and fine for urban duty. But the real excitement, relatively speaking, comes from the 1.6 liters turbocharged inline-4. This engine now gets a mild bump to 195 horsepower and 195 pounds-feet, and it's now paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission instead of the old dual clutch. That change alone transforms the driving experience. It's smoother, quicker to downshift, and just feels more intuitive in daily driving. Acceleration is respectable, especially for the turbo Model A, with 0-60 happening in the mid-7-second range. Not sporty, but plenty for merging, passing, and weekend getaways. The all-wheel drive system, available across most trims, adds a real layer of confidence in poor weather or light off-road trails. And the chassis tuning, surprisingly tight. Kia's suspension setup has been tweaked for 2026 to strike a better balance between ride comfort and handling. It's compliant over broken roads. It doesn't roll around corners like a drunk giraffe. Steering has decent weight and response, especially in sport mode. And overall body control is impressive for a crossover in this price bracket. On the tech and safety front, it's loaded. Every 2026 Seltos comes standard with Kia's DriveWise suite, which includes forward collision avoidance, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and driver attention warning. Upper trims add highway driving assist, adaptive cruise with stop-go, a surround view monitor, and even a remote smart parking feature that lets you pull the car in and out of tight spots from your key fob. All these systems work together without feeling intrusive, which is more than we can say for some rivals. Now for the part that really matters, the price. Kia's managed to keep things surprisingly grounded. The 2026 Seltos starts at around $25,000 for the Bass LX Trim A, and for that, you still get LED headlights, touchscreen infotainment, and all the core safety features. Move up to the S Trim or X, and you're looking at between $27,000 to $30,000, depending on options. The turbocharged X-Line and SX trims, fully loaded with all the tech and style goodies, will hover in the $32,000 to $34,000 range. And considering what you get, screens, power, safety, space, and design, it's still one of the strongest value plays in the segment. So what's the bottom line? The 2026 Kia Seltos isn't trying to reinvent the compact crossover, and that's exactly why it succeeds. It takes a proven platform, sharpens the design, upgrades the tech, smooths out the drive, and packs it all into a package that's still priced for regular humans. Is it perfect? No, the Bass engine's still a bit of a slug, and the competition from Honda, Mazda, and even Hyundai is fierce. But when you weigh everything, design, features, real-world practicality, the Seltos makes a damn strong case for itself in 2026. Thanks for watching Car Flash, where we don't chase hype, we test it. If you found this review helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more no BS car reviews, and drop a comment letting us know what car you want to see next. Until then, keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your foot just heavy enough to feel alive. Catch you in the next drive.